The Social Security Administration just made history in February 2026, which goes to show that the new agenda, spearheaded by the new acting commissioner, Frank Bisignano, may actually be working, which is maybe a little bit surprising simply because there's a lot of contradicting information between beneficiaries and what SSA is actually saying. But we're going to break it all down here in this video and explain what history Social Security just made. I also do have this article right here, which I'm going to pop up on the screen in just a second so you can see and read for yourself exactly what they're saying. And this also points out some of the statistics around this, as well as the contradicting information that is out there. There's a lot of moving parts here, and 2025, 2026 both have been very interesting, even though we're still very early on in 2026 right now as I film this video. A lot of 2026 to go. It's been a very interesting time, and the new acting commissioner, Frank Bisignano, has certainly shaking things up quite a bit. I think we can all probably agree with that, right? All right, anyway, let's pop this article up right here right now. Feel free to read through the details on this and let me explain. All right, so Social Security recently announced that they have reached 100 million My Social Security accounts through the Social Security website, which is super interesting because last year in 2025, the acting commissioner, Frank Bisignano, indicated that they want to achieve 200 million My Social Security accounts registered. Well, they're halfway there, according to this information out of the Social Security Administration. Now, why is this contradicting a little bit? Well, it's not necessarily the signups on the My Social Security accounts, but rather, if you look in this article here, they're talking about how they reduced their average wait time to help somebody who's calling Social Security down to just 7 minutes in 2025, and apparently they also helped 65% more people in 2025 than what they helped in 2024, and also at the same time reducing wait time to just 7 minutes. Really? Okay. Who has experienced that? Drop a comment down below. Have you called Social Security recently? I'm going to be 100% fair with you. I have not called Social Security in probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. I have not called them in a few months, but when I called them, I did not speak with a human in 7 minutes. I mean, I talked to a human, or a robot, an AI bot, in like 2 minutes. I talked to that, but it was not a human, okay? Anyway, drop your comments down below. I'd be very, very curious to hear what you have to say on this. Did you call Social Security recently? If so, did you talk to a human within, say, 5, 7, 10 minutes? What was it? Drop your comment. Let me know. How many minutes were you on the phone wrestling around with the AI bot and the automated system before you were actually able to speak to a real live human? I'd love to hear your comments on that. But anyway, point being is that I had a video out maybe, 2 months ago or so, give or take a little bit, and I was talking about the new agenda within Social Security. In fact, they call it the Digital First Agenda. Digital First Agenda. They've made it very, very clear what their new agenda is within Social Security. Digital First Agenda. Well, what would that say? Digital first. That's what they want to do. They want to digitize virtually everything. Now, obviously, calling Social Security, connecting with a human, and going to a physical field office and connecting with a real human there is still very much an option, but they are trying to push us away from that as much as they possibly can. I've been saying this for the last year and a half or longer. I've been saying, get ready. They're going to do everything they possibly can to digitize virtually everything within Social Security. They're pushing us to My Social Security accounts, which I'm going to be fair with you. Having a My Social Security account is actually kind of nice to have. I log in like 3, maybe 4 times a year, look around. It's a nice handy tool to have. You have access to your Social Security statements and your records of income and all kinds of things. Your work history, you have access to all this stuff, so you can look through it at any given time. There's actually a lot of details on there. And again, I do this a couple times per year. You definitely do not need to do it daily, weekly, or even monthly. Literally like 3, 4 times a year, that's it. Log in, make sure everything looks good. But I've also been saying they're pushing us onto these accounts, and they made it very, very clear back in early 2025, and when they implemented all these different things, and they're like, yeah, you can do all this through your My Social Security account. And I was saying at that time, get ready. This is all going to be digitized. Get ready. They're pushing us online. They don't want us calling. They don't want us visiting. physical field offices. You can, it is still an option, but it is not the first choice. They want us to figure this stuff out and troubleshoot all of this on our own through their website, as well as through our My Social Security accounts. Well, they're celebrating this milestone of hitting 100 million My Social Security accounts. Remember, that's halfway there. Their goal is 200 million My Social Security accounts. That's what they ultimately want. What does that tell us? What does that message tell us when they say, yeah, our goal is 200 million My Social Security accounts? What does that signify to us? They want virtually everybody going digital within Social Security, having access to the account. They're building out the My Social Security account. They're giving us access to all kinds of tools and personalized information and things like that so that we can be self-sufficient and not necessarily call them. That's the whole point, right? Remember this much as well. Starting like last year, I don't know, early 2025 or so, they started implementing way more than they previously were, the implementation of AI bots and AI agents when you call Social Security, so that you talk to an agent, as in not a human, but rather an AI bot, an AI agent, and you go through that whole system and they pretend like they're a human and they can get you the questions and answer, or the answers to your questions right there when you call them, so that you don't really need to connect with a human. Now remember, about a year ago, well, give or take a little bit, they also laid off or, reduced their payrolls by 7,000 people. 7,000 people less working within Social Security, taking on more and more beneficiaries, because remember, about 11,000 people are becoming eligible for Social Security and Medicare every single day through the end of 2027. And it started back in, I think it was 2024. So 2024, 2025, 2026, and 2027, for that 4-year period of time, there was going to be 11,000 people a day becoming eligible. So staffing within Social Security is about 7,000 people less than what it was. Meanwhile, they're taking on literally millions more beneficiaries every single year. Over the course of, again, about a 4-year period of time, they're going to take on about an extra 12 million beneficiaries over that 4-year period of time. Again, from 2024 through 2027, millions and millions more people, all of which being done with 7,000 less people within Social Security. What does that tell you about their plan, right? Along with the implementation of AI bots and the pushing toward My Social Security accounts and the digitizing of everything, it's very clear what their agenda is. And they've also said it. They've made it very clear. This is not a mystery. They've said it. Digital first agenda. That's what they've said. Okay? Interesting. Anyway, I know that a My Social Security account is not feasible for everybody. I totally recognize that. However, if you have not signed up for one, again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just do whatever's best for you. I'm just saying, it's a nice, handy tool to have. Like I said, I have one. I log in a few times per year, just look around, make sure everything looks good, nothing weird going on, right? And that's it. And it has access to all of your official documents that you may need at some point to prove your income, your tax documentation. You can go paperless, which is honestly really nice too. All of that. Anyway, hope this helps you out. Again, as always, please subscribe if you're new here, 100% free. Please share the video. If you have any questions on your Medicare, you need help with enrolling in Medicare, if you hate your Medicare plan, if you have questions on Medicare plan, if you need help finding the right Medicare plan for you and your personal needs, just call Chapter right there. They've already helped well over 10,000 of you in this community that have called that phone number. A couple thousand people so far this year have called that phone number, collectively saving over $2 million. Absolutely amazing. Give them a call. Anyway, it's right there for you. Free, by the way. All right, anyway, please subscribe, share the video, and until next time, have a good one, and I'll catch you later.